Businesses can be rebuilt. Your reputation can't.
Would you rather run into a grizzly bear in the wild or a shark while you're swimming or recording? There you go.
All right, perfect. Sorry, I just told my wife I need more Botox in my forehead. It's not working.
After you see the wrinkles? I actually don't have that bad of a wrinkly forehead.
You don't. And your dad, good genes too there, I've seen.
Which is surprising because I don't wear sunglasses anywhere, and I'm constantly doing this.
Yeah, but I feel like when you don't wear them, you squint down. Because I wear sunglasses everywhere. But I
Yeah.
hold all my attention in my face. And
That's
then,
true.
Shit, I don't even know. Is my mic going?
Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I hold all my attention in my face, so I look like this, and I also try to look happy. So I'm like, I'm not mad. It's all good, guys.
Well, yeah. We
relax
actually,
your forehead.
We actually talked about that earlier. Your size just makes people, and then you're a passionate person like me.
Yep.
So the more you start like getting excited about things, people think that you're like getting aggressive.
Story
and you're
of
just
my
like,
life. Yeah.
I've had people be like, "Hey, Brad, calm down." Like they think I'm mad. And I'm like, I'm not mad. Like, I'm not
Yeah,
mad.
hey man, you really intimidated so and so the other day. I'm like, with what? I don't even remember talking to them. They're like, you said that. I was like, I was really excited. I was happy for them.
Well, that's what
I don't know.
That's what you get for being like 250.
Yeah, well,
So.
I know. Need to lose weight.
That doesn't all have
That's a whole nother story. Damn. All right, here we go. Diving right into it. How you guys doing today?
Yeah. So, update. You were putting out some fires on our, schedule of cookie
Yup.
production. They shorted our eggs, and now we don't have all the flour we're supposed to have.
It's just like, here's a hoop. Jump through it.
Yeah.
Man, that's all the stuff, entrepreneur, business owner, whatever you want to call it. Oh, man, nobody ever sees that. Nobody cares, really, right? Of like, we don't have a necessary ingredient to make our product, but all the people are here, and they're just going to stand around until you tell them what to do.
Right.
It's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, our people need hours. We got to take care of them. It's not their fault that we dropped it, but man.
Yeah,
Expensive.
I think the hardest thing, which Aubrey says, like, this is the job she hates the most, is like figuring out things for people to do when their normal job
Right.
isn't able to be done. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
so we're done with production, and you have a bunch of people that are just standing there, and you're like, okay, you go clean this, you go do this, and it's just like that's Aubrey's least favorite thing.
Yeah, and nobody likes busy work, and folks know when they're just being, even if it's needed to be done, they can tell when you're like, hey, just do this stuff. They want to feel like they produce some things. They want to be part. We sell cookies here, man. So like when they get to look back, look at all them racks of cookies, look at all those packages going out. Yeah, I mean everybody wants a lot of things, but I mean they could take a lot of pride in that. That's super cool. You don't really get to take a lot of pride in like getting the nooks and crannies clean, but we keep the nooks and crannies clean because we make the best cookies in the world.
Well, and I've been told by culinary directors, everyone that tours our kitchen, we have the cleanest kitchen they've ever seen.
Everybody that walks in here is just like, wow, you guys do a good job of keeping this place clean.
Like, yeah, you got to stay
It's
on
a
top
food
of it.
place, yeah.
So I guess, people on the podcast will get to hear stuff first. Myers should be putting in their PO by the end of the month. And I definitely, not that I want to get into the actual numbers, but I was blown away by the number to the point where we're like, are you sure that's how many cookies they want?
Y'all want that many every month?
It's over 4 times the most cookies we've ever done in a month.
Yep.
Like take our best month, multiply it by 4, and it's still not that many cookies. So it's pretty wild. My mind immediately started going like, oh my gosh, how are we going to do this?
Well, it's like at this point in time, right? I mean, we won't really be able to say it in the future, but if we say this point in time backwards, I mean, in 12 months or so, man, we're going to make more cookies every month than we've ever made.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Which is just mind-blowing volume. And y'all are going to get to taste them and get them in stores.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I can't wait for people to get them in stores because the truth is, shipped cookies are the least pinnacle way of trying our cookies. Like the reason I wanted a storefront is because I was like, if you like our cookies shipped, you're going to love it in the storefront. Yep. And now to be able to take it home, like that's even like another level.
Well, and just the pride, man. I mean, like, e-com is everywhere now, and we love it. Of course, we love being an e-com brand and serving people all over the place. But at my age, right, which I don't feel old, but I'm 35. At my age, I grew up going to grocery stores. So I don't even want to say nostalgia. It's like a cool factor to me that people are going to see this brand in stores, man. This is awesome.
Yeah, it is a really interesting concept to know that like you created something and now it's in a nationwide retailer.
Yeah,
So,
grandmas across America better watch out because we're going to come flex on their kitchen. I'm telling you.
285 locations is how many locations Myers has. So it's pretty
Times
wild.
an amount of cookies
Yeah.
every month.
Yeah.
Love it.
And then Publix is looking at a rollout in like 90 days.
Yep.
Which goes like, how are we going to do it? I mean, we're capable of doing it. We are going to do it. We'll figure out how to do it. I mean, that's just what you do. Again, entrepreneurship, that's what you do. You figure it out a lot of times because no one else has done it before. Like Jeff Bezos didn't have, not that I'm comparing me to Amazon. I'm not trying to do that. But the idea, I was just trying to find a novelty.
Man.
You know?
Yeah, you find a need.
Ben and Jerry had no idea how to get ice cream in that kind of facility.
That's right.
And so you just have to roll with it and figure it out.
I mean, that's constantly. I mean, that's entrepreneurship, man. We're just constantly going, hey, I'll figure it out. I'll make it happen. And then you're either successful or you're not. And you get a good team around you, man. You're successful enough. Truthfully, man, you're successful enough that you realize that even your small losses, because you're successful, because you've been in the game long enough, you've mitigated all the big stuff. I mean, the no's are they get smaller and smaller over time to where you're like, I mean, literally the worst that could happen is we make less money on this than we thought we were going to.
Right.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
I know there's going to be a very hard pivot, but today is my last day of 30 miles in 30 days.
Boom.
And I'm a little sad because it obviously didn't go as planned.
Sure.
But I'm very happy that after today, I can say that like I stuck to it for 30 days straight.
Did it.
And even though I had to like jog or power walk some of those days, those were worse than running.
Yeah. Well, you were out. Yeah, you told me, man, you were out there longer.
Someone messaged me yesterday, and they said, "Hey, I saw you running down Jinx yesterday." And I said, "I don't know if I would call that running.
Yeah.
I was kind of like limping down Jinx."
No, give yourself credit, man. You said you were going to run. You ran, man. You had an injury come up. You know, I don't know what the definition of what goes between running and jogging,
Well, I
but
mean,
you're leaning into it. You're moving as fast as you can. You
Yeah.
know, I would say there may be people out in the world that aren't physically capable of running. They can run, in my mind. So,
Right, yeah.
Whatever.
I mean, it was a 9-minute mile yesterday, which is probably why my knee is hurting so bad today, just because I really pushed it. But again, I'm going to go out there, finish it. My PT said, after this, you really need to rest.
Take a little rest.
And he's like, but once you rest it, go ahead and get into jogging again. And then I think I'm just going to go for it again. So I'm going to do 30 days. I want to do it. But not that this is the wrong way. I want to do it the way I intended to do it.
Sure. And that's even better, man. But there's something powerful to it, right? Of saying, I'm going to do this thing and then sticking with it. Right?
Oh, yeah. I feel very accomplished.
Yeah. And so, I mean, y'all take something away from that. We talked about it the other day, finishing a book or doing anything, but like put it out there. I'm going to do this thing and then hold yourself accountable to it and see how you feel, man. You will feel, hey, these micro wins. You can say something as big as you want to, but it might even be, I'm going to make my bed every day for a month, or I'm going to do anything for a month. You can build a habit fairly quickly, and nobody makes their bed and thinks, oh, I shouldn't have made that. You feel better. I'll do it.
So starting on September 1st, do you want to do 30 days of CrossFit with me?
I'm down.
I know you haven't done
sled
CrossFit in a while,
workouts.
right?
I have not. I will die. I will gas out and die, I'm sure, but I like that feeling. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Comment. This is on YouTube, right? So comment down below if you want to see me and Adam do 30 days of CrossFit for September. And the thing is, we won't necessarily go to the CrossFit gym every day. I think we'll go to the gym a couple of times just because that'll be fun. But I think we should make some of the workouts.
It'll be cardio, weightlifty.
No,
you know,
like the weekends.
Yeah.
I want to we should do it like here.
Let's do it.
And then we can invite people.
Sure. You want to come get some sled action in?
Yeah. No, but for real,
DM us.
if there's people that are in the area and they want to join us on the
Absolutely.
weekends, I think we should do it.
That's how I started my gym, out of a park.
Yeah.
We should talk about that one day.
Well,
Literally. I just put it out there.
Maybe we could talk about it right now.
We could. But I got to go get donuts in a little while. It's a long story.
Yeah. Well, you got 30 minutes.
It's a long story.
Is it longer
I'm
than 30
long-winded.
minutes? Is it longer than 30 minutes?
It is.
Okay. Well, I'm excited to hear the story about the park.
All right.
I mean, did Aubrey tell you that someone messaged us from your gym?
Yes, and it made my night. Noria, thank you. You're awesome.
Yeah, someone messaged and they said, I had no idea that Adam was involved with this, but I'm buying cookies now because we love Adam so much, and he was my coach at Panhandle CrossFit.
That's right.
And
That's right.
So
she's great. Yeah, she was there for a long time. Tons of energy. Yeah, definitely a good person, and made me and my wife's night getting that. So thank you so much.
So I know that you've said that you miss the most about CrossFit was the community or your gym. It's just the community that you built. So what are your ideas for building a community around cookies?
Oh man, I don't know. We need to have
because we have regulars in the storefront.
We do.
You know,
we do.
I think that we could probably host events like once a month. You know, obviously, if we do this like CrossFit thing, like that would be a fun thing to do because it's like kind of like.
I think it'd be cool to do some kind of tastemakers club or like if we could find some. Man, I'm gonna keep saying grandmas, but just some grandmas out there with some straight dope cookie recipes. Or maybe you're young, maybe you're a grandma to be, maybe you're a grandpa to be, whatever.
So like take like fat and weirdifying some of those recipes.
Yo, what you got? Flex on us, and then maybe we flex back, or maybe we want to recipe competition or something. I don't know. It's kind of cool.
Well,
we know what we're doing in the wholesale thing, and we're going to expand, and just basically this thing's going to take off. But at our roots, man, at our core, it is fun and wild and.
We talked about doing another cookie fest, and my original idea was to like try to have other cookie companies come, but it just got so, just truthfully difficult to do the whole thing. But I think I would, obviously love to do a cookie fest where we invited other cookie companies. There's brownie companies out there, essentially just dessert companies in general, and then kind of just like throw that and see how it goes.
Well, yeah, us. Fat and Weird can host the thing, but it's like we like desserts, man.
Yeah,
we want other people to shine.
Well, that's literally how Fat and Weird started. Is just like I like desserts.
Yeah,
cookies were just my dessert of choice.
Right. And like I don't know. I think there's something there. I think there's definitely something there.
There's someone sent me a video. There's some like dill pickle like festival. And it's like they have like fried pickles and different dill pickles and all this stuff.
I need to go there.
Yeah, I know
need to be there.
But they were like, you should make the cookie fest be like this because it had different vendors, and different types.
I like that, for sure. I like that.
Someone was like, you should do a competition for best cookie, and I was like, the truth is, best cookie is just such a opinionated thing.
Yeah.
It's an opinionated thing, right? You could say best barbecue. You can say, this barbecue is cooked the best because of like the tenderness. You can always whatever it is.
You can always have a competition, but in you can also have a celebration of
different types.
A pre-vetting process where it's like, nah, man, if they're here, they're in their subsector and their category, they're among the top.
Right.
So I think that would be very cool.
Yeah.
Of like, y'all tell us who you like the best. Maybe they get a award for it, but like it might be best booth, best presentation, best experience. Who made you laugh? Who, whatever.
Right. So, craziest flavor combination. Things like that.
I think that'd be, I don't know. There's something to that.
Yeah. We need to source out, go ahead.
Be very weird.
Figure out if weird is cookie.
Yeah. Weird is cookies.
Bad is cookie. But no, yeah, for sure. I think that that would be a lot of fun. So maybe we'll plan that one for 2025 because there's no way we're getting it for 2024. We're already at August.
Terribly busy.
We need probably a year underneath our belt in wholesale before we can jump onto that train.
For sure.
So running complete. We're going to do our CrossFit thing. Cookie Fest 2025 now. On the horizon. These are all things that we're speaking into existence, so people can do it. What major things do you have like on your agenda this year, non-business related?
Ooh, non-business related this year.
Well, or I guess in the next, the next 12 months.
Coming 12
months. Yeah.
Man, I don't know. It's gotta play it loose right now because of. We know this isn't going to get less demanding.
Right.
We're going to be building processes and building things. Oh yeah, man. I definitely want to hit a couple vacations with my family. We always do that.
I know you had mentioned something about a train, right?
Yeah. Well, so I don't know if we're going to get to do that this Christmas because truthfully, we want to just take more time than I think I might be able to pull away from here. So now we're looking at going to Colorado.
Okay.
We're looking to rent a house in Breckenridge, whole family going, doing that as like Christmas and then coming back here for Christmas.
Right.
So that'd be kind of fun. But yeah, we talked about taking a train all the way across Canada. It takes like 3 or 4 days. And then, sleeping car, the whole deal. And then hitting Vancouver at the end and then just, hanging out in Vancouver for another couple days, a week, something like that. So,
Have you been to Vancouver?
I've
before?
not, no, but it seems like a very cool city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, Vancouver is very close to Seattle.
Right.
So we went up a couple of times up to Vancouver. A lot of fun. They have a whole area that they like shut down the streets at night and like when the bars, so that they like block off the streets. So you can just like walk around like bars and stuff like that. Had some poutine for the first time up there.
Okay.
Yeah,
little Canadian action.
We went to a hockey game, and at most hockey games, they play the national anthem and then like the Canadian anthem or vice versa. Well, it was 2 Canadian teams, so they didn't play the national anthem at all.
Oh.
But it was the Edmonton Oilers versus the, Vancouver Canucks or whatever. I don't know what anyways.
I don't know. That's all I know. Maple syrup.
But it was a lot of fun. It was like 4-5, so there was a lot of goals scored because normally hockey games are like 1-0. They're like soccer games where like no one really scores.
Slap.
It was a ton of fun. So yeah, I highly recommend that. We also went to Toronto on our road trip that we did.
Okay.
So, I've seen one of the cars that you can do that goes along like the coast and does the similar thing where you can just like go along the coast. I think it's maybe the Oregon coast. They can ride a train.
Oh yeah, there's several.
Something similar.
This one
to
was
that.
just like long, a couple of days. So it made some stops here and there, and then it was snowing. We knew it'd be snowy.
Or is it just
well, they have viewing cars, and so it's like that's what it's kind of for. The sleeping car situation.
Yeah. Is it like a Floridian thing? Because you would definitely want to go see snow.
Yeah,
right?
we want to see snow.
Like if you live somewhere that was like snowing, like Montana, you'd be like, this
is retarded.
Is stupid.
Go to the beach.
Yeah. So, but
no, I want to see snow. See a moose. 2 moose fighting. Grizzly or polar bear coming after them. Whatever y'all got up there, I don't know. I
saw that video of a grizzly bear taking a moose down.
Dude, that is gnarly.
In the Montana airport, there is a grizzly bear, like in a case, and just like looking at the claws on that thing, they're like this long, and they're like little knives,
Dude,
and so
they run. They're fast. Their bones are strong. Their skull, their brain is tiny.
They run at like 30 or 35
hard to
miles
kill.
an hour,
They run through everything. Yeah, gnarly.
Aubrey had someone that I don't know if she knew this person. Did you know the person that got attacked by the bear? And he lived, right? Yeah. So he told this story.
He punched a bear.
So he said he learned a story that if you shoved your arm down the bear's throat, it would gag, and like just from that reflex, it would just retreat. So he was getting mauled by a bear, and he shoved his arm down the bear's throat, and it gagged and dropped him and ran off.
Yeah, it did.
That's wild.
Hey, man, you shove an arm down anything's throat, I think it's going to gag. But dang, boy, I'm not even trying to change the topic.
You seen their
teeth?
Bro,
got more balls on you than whatever, man. You just were like, I'm getting attacked by a bear. I'm going to shove my arm down your throat. That was instinctual because you learned that one time. Dude, props.
Yeah, because their teeth
I would have tried to do everything else, anything else, and would have died.
Yeah.
If that's a true story, then you're...
No, it is a true story. It's 100% true story, yeah.
Well, then you're the man.
Aubrey,
whatever your name is.
Aubrey showed me him on either Instagram or Facebook, like him in the hospital, and he like told the story about, he was mauled. So
sure. Still, man, lived after a grizzly bear attack. Dude, that's awesome. Whatever. That's awesome.
Would you rather run into a grizzly bear in the wild or a shark while you're swimming?
Probably a shark. Think they're less likely to mess with you, dude. I do. I know it's crazy, but like,
what if they both had the same propensity to mess with you?
I think the shark would. If we're talking great white, I think the shark would kill you faster, probably too. A bear would just eat on you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty gnarly. Yeah, I saw a video where a bear caught a salmon out of the air, and like it bit it, and then like just ripped all its flesh off, and the salmon was like still alive. And I like watched that, and I was like, this is morbid. You know?
They just eating you. Oh, what is it? Nature is metal.
Oh, yeah. Well, it reminded me of when we were at the pool and the ants were moving.
Oh, man, them ants were nuts.
You had ants like moving a...
pirate booty.
Yeah.
some kind of puff corn situation.
And they were just like moving it, and we got into a discussion about like how strong ants were based on their size, like 10 times the strength of their weight, but they don't weigh anything, so it's just like, like
Ant-Man was stealing my popcorn.
Yeah, I mean, it was. And I was actually amazed at how fast it was moving.
Yeah, it was moving quickly. I thought it was the wind at first, but then sure enough, no, it changed direction. And I was like, okay.
Yep. All right, so how are you liking your new house?
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife is super happy, so that's whatever. That's amazing. It's a great neighborhood. It's got a ton of kids. So, the community vibe, community feel. We got 3 kids, and, our house that we were living in, we love. It's a great house, nice backyard, a little park and everything. Well, but you go out there, and you're just kind of bored because you're just there by yourself. So, like, now we go to the park. Well, there's always kids at the park. We go to the pool. There's always kids at the pool for the kids to play with, which allows my wife and I to hang out, or maybe there's some other people we can hang out with. But sometimes, really, it's just getting to relax and not having to entertain the kids all the time. We love playing with them and everything else, but yeah, no, it's great.
Yeah, so that's the neighborhood that we lived in, for about 2 years while they were building like this building and everything. And I think Aubrey misses the most was just the ability to just like go outside and take a walk, and it just like the neighborhood's not busy with cars.
Right.
It just feels when you drive into that neighborhood, you're like, oh, I could walk around here.
Yep.
And it's like you drive into a regular neighborhood, and it doesn't feel that way.
It's the size of the streets. I learned this at a planning meeting.
It just feels very inviting.
It does. Yeah. Well, the size of the streets and the parallel parking of the cars and everything kind of forces everybody to slow down because they get used to that situation where they just go a little slower, which makes you feel more comfortable walking.
Also, I also feel like the way the houses are like I don't know, they don't have a lot of yards. So they're really close to each other, and that kind of creates this like sheltered in thing. Yeah. Like you go walk through like Candlewick, and like the houses are really far back. They're really far apart. When you're walking,
it's a forced community feel for sure because like you go and run into your neighbor.
Right.
You can't it's just your patios are too close. But that's part of it, and then my wife likes to flex on all the decorations and shit. So
people go hard in there for like Halloween and things like that.
So she's gonna have to level up.
Yeah,
Kirsty, you better get your game up.
Yeah,
come on now.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that guy that does like the Christmas, like hangs your Christmas lights for you. Yep. I mean, he like lives in that neighborhood.
He needs to live in that neighborhood
because he just like constantly is like.
He probably do a year's revenue just right then. Bang.
Well, he needs to because it's probably not very many other times he's decorating with lights except for that time
weddings.
Of year.
Palm tree decorations? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But the only thing I feel like they didn't do well is run underground power to their their main area because they decorate that, and you'll just see extension cords like everywhere. Granted, they're green to match the grass, but I was like, you master plan this whole community. Yeah. You could have at least stubbed up some power next to
it wouldn't be hard to
run
trenching in like the off season. To just
that's true.
For that. So step it up, y'all.
Yeah.
Sweet Bay.
They need to. So I want to get into some business questions that I think that are pretty relevant, and I feel like this is probably an area that is your expertise.
Oh.
So a lot of people struggle with capital whenever they're starting out a business. Whether their business needs to grow and they need the capital to like grow their business, or in a situation that I think we're actually going to have to like worry about capital is when you have large influx of orders that you need to pay for everything, get them made, send out, and then you're on payment terms where you're not getting paid for a while.
For sure, yeah.
And so what are some of the, I guess, best ways or smartest ways? Because you're always a big fan of like using other people's money.
Well, yeah. So I guess quick background, having the gym and kind of the way I started, I had very inconsistent revenue, and then. Of course, I did everything above the book, but I had a lot of people paying me cash. So, maybe my tax returns didn't look the way I felt like. I don't know. So I had a hard time getting loans for things and, kept on going, kind of used partners and leveraged certain things to get capital that way. Then had a couple of really big opportunities coming to my lap, and my, partners weren't able to perform like they thought they were going to be able to. Conventional lending didn't want to mess with it. So, we went out and found a bunch of private money. And so what what did you say? What's the best, the
Well,
smartest?
yeah. I mean, or just, I guess most people know I can go to a bank and I can get a loan against a hard asset, right?
Well,
but like, I don't, for example, maybe you don't have something to get a loan against a hard asset. You just got your business plan. You've been making some money, but you need to jump to the next level and you need money to do that. And you're not going to be able to get a conventional loan. Like what ideas or areas would you tell people to start exploring? You know?
Well, so that's the game, right? The game of entrepreneurship is figuring it out. So what are you figuring out? And, if you've got a brick and mortar business that's been stable that you want to take that's a different lane. You're going to go through you're going to go see your banker that you've dealt with. You know, you're going to get terms against your accounts receivable, or you're going to get, you know, so you've got some property you can use as collateral. You know, you've got those routes. Of course, there's kind of the different securities ways that you can raise capital for large purchases, whether you're using funds or you know, fund money, or, you know, there's some complicated strategies there, but that may not pertain to very many people. And then, of course, there's private money, which private money is as easy as having the network to get it.
Right.
Is being able to pick up the phone, which, you know, nobody really ever explained this to me. It just kind of happened because of my personality and how I am, and, you know, I'm loud and whatever, but I also don't lie. I don't cheat anybody. You can ask around. I've got a good name. I stand on my name. You're going to get the better end of the deal if there's, usually. So when I pick up the phone, if I need money, I pick up the phone, I'm selling an opportunity, man. And I'm really selling an opportunity for you to get involved, not for me to need to be able to get it done. I'm going to get it done. I know that I'm going to get it done now because of how many times I've gotten it done. It's just an opportunity. Hey, how much is that 401k or whatever making for you in the bank? Okay, cool. Well, we're not related, so let me show you how to use that money. Or let me, somebody on my team show you how to use that money, or, you know, does that make sense?
So, yeah. So how does someone, though, get a hold of those kind of people? The people that maybe would be willing to give them a, you know, hard money loan, you know, at interest rates, or a way to get a hold of people that manage these funds and things like that.
Grow your network, man. Grow your network. There's a million ways to do it. I know how I did it, but you guys are going to do it a different way. So, like, I don't play golf. If you play golf, there's a lot of people there in the middle of the day, in the middle of the week. What are they driving? Both driver and driving. What are they driving? Might give you a hint that, man, that might be a person you might want to play golf with. I'm not saying you're going around trying to manipulate anybody. You're not, but you got to play golf with somebody.
Well, these
might
people
as well play golf with somebody that may be a step ahead of where you are, so that you, man, it's crazy. You know what I do? What I've done to expand my network is go the places that I go, and legitimately, I'm just a curious person. What do you do? How did you do that? And I care. I'm not. That's memorable to people. They like talking about themselves, anyways. I like listening to them talk, and then it's like, hey, I remember I know a guy in this thing. Hey, how are you? Blah blah blah. The second step of it, and we need to really get into it though, is just asking for it. Hey, I have this opportunity. I need this much money. Are you interested? If you've got no experience, either with them or with the world, if you've got no background, you may need to bring in partnerships. So what I did was I started putting teams together. So I needed, and these are across all things. You typically need a KP, or like a key partner. Your key partner in real estate is going to be an operator who's operated that class of real estate before. Your key partner in a fast food operation is going to be somebody who's operated that type of fast food before, whether it be QSR, fast food, stuff like that. You're going to get them in. They need to be a partner. They need to have their ass in the game. Okay. Now, where do we get money from? Well, typically you have another, in real estate, this is another KP usually, but you basically need a money source. So, kind of the old adage, find a white hair, kind of an older, more established business person that really has a strong net worth. Their liquidity, their cash flow, all needs to kind of look decent. They are going to be able to get you the money the fastest, even if they don't ask for it. Having them on your team, having somebody, Wizard of Oz, if you will, behind the curtain, that if push comes to shove, I can go to the bank against this person and against what we've done and get a loan. It's just going to take a long time. It's going to be hassle. It's going to be hoops. It's going to be this. It's going to be that.
Right.
Hey, private money person, you want to make money and speed that process up for me?
Well, yeah, and the private money people. So the reason that these people want to be involved in it is because their money will make money too, and it will make money more than the bank that it's sitting in or whatever it is making money for them. And
there's so many small little, what they call family offices. There's so many family offices running $5 million that do investments that you would be amazed. You can have people go find lists for you. They can pull all this data for you, get it into your email list. You can get your blast teams on it to go, put it out there like, hey, I'm doing this, blah, blah, blah. That's like the mass way of doing it. Or you can just comb it and be like, hey, boom, they're near me. I have something I can talk to them about. Did you go to college in that town? Did you do anything? It's a warm intro. It's a warm email. It's an easy way to kind of start. If nothing comes of it, you've at least sharpened your sword if you're trying to raise capital or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, so a bank, even the rates right now, which is like, if most of the time, I guess it's CDs. If you lock it up for a bank, that would give you maybe 4 or 4.5% right now. They're taking your money and then lending it out at 7.5% or more, right? So what you're doing is you can find somebody and be like, hey, you want to make 6% interest on your money? Not saying that always works. Sometimes you have to go even higher than that. Yeah. But like, do you want to make 6% on your money? I have a hard asset like this house that I'm flipping. And, you want to, if you loan me the money, you can have a lien against the home. I'm going to use your money to fix the house up. And then when I sell it, I'm going to, pay you back with interest at 6%. Your money's only making 4.5% in the bank right now. So you're making more money with me, and I'm getting your money, and I'm not having to pay a loan origination fee from the bank. If all of a sudden I need it for 30 extra days because of closing, like we can negotiate. Like, sure. So there's just so much more to it.
Yeah, I mean, so, there's a million ways.
Like that's another example. Because I mean,
that's a very specific, right. thing. I guess it generally, yeah. If there's an interest rate, you are arbitraging your debt rate against what you can income.
Right.
That's how I've always looked at it. So if you give me $1 million, if I've got the right opportunity, if you give me $1 million, 10% to you is $100,000. Well, I can make more than that. So then I'm making that money with none of my own money.
With the right opportunities.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. But so I know that I can put that money to work. Well, I have those opportunities. I can put that money to work and make more than that this year. So then it's kind of a no-brainer. I'm arbitraging the debt. If I can get you down to 6%, well, that's more money in my pocket.
Right. Well, I think that's our generation was told debt was bad.
Yeah.
Our generation was told like make double payments on your house, pay your house off as quick as possible.
I don't know how you get ahead, how you get wealthy without debt because of the way income tax laws are like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you are actualizing your income, I have no idea how you're paying. I mean, you've been hit with I've got hit with a huge one last year.
Yeah.
Hell no. Like, keep that money to work, not actualize it, figure out how you can roll it forward, whatever.
Right. So, but I think that's just like a little tidbit on there is that, we've been taught that debt is bad, but debt's not bad as long as that debt is making money for you. Like, like credit card debt because you wanted to go buy a bunch of clothes and shoes and go out to eat. That's bad debt.
Right.
But debt because you want to take a loan out for $500,000, but that $500,000 is going to be making you $20,000 per month. Well, that's good debt.
Well, there's just a difference, man. And are you investing or not?
Right.
You can invest other people's money for yourself and arbitrage that percentage. If you are over leveraging, be careful. There's times where you need to, well, maybe not need to, but over leveraging will get you the payday if it works out. So you do everything to make it work out. And if you fail, well, have you mitigated your losses, like we said earlier, to where, I mean, how out is out?
Right.
Are you buying hard assets or digital assets? What are you buying?
I've always felt like life, well, not always. Recently, I felt like life is really a video game.
Oh, it's all fake, yeah.
It just seems it just seems everything's kind of like really fake. I mean, like the truth is when you hear people say like I lost everything, most of the time they didn't really lose everything.
Well,
they like kind of
modern society, everything.
Right,
know?
right. Yeah, modern society, everything. But they're like still most of the time have a house or somewhere to rent to put a roof over their head. They still have food, you know?
Yeah,
very rarely do people lose everything and literally become like homeless on the street, you know?
Right. Well, yeah, that's a whole socioeconomic thing. I mean, short of drugs and mental illness, which drug use, I guess, probably turns into mental illness, which is
or
why
mental illness leads to drug use. Either
yeah,
way.
sure.
So.
Well, it's not like, I think, we get off on the whole thing, but it's not like, these lazy homeless, but they're not lazy per se. It's kind of hard work, I would imagine, to be homeless. It's just not applied in a direction that's useful to society, but it is directly useful to whatever the hell they want to do. So, like, I don't know. I have no idea how you would even solve that problem.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You can go to a shelter. Like, you can get it together unless I think maybe something's off with you.
Right.
And you might. But we closed all the, whatever they used to call them, the mental health centers, sanitariums,
right.
maybe what they were called. I don't know.
But here, though, not everywhere, right?
I'm pretty sure everywhere.
Okay.
Not the shelter, like back in the day, like where they put crazy people.
But that's what I'm trying to get at, though, is that like rarely do people actually like lose everything.
Oh no,
when
for
they
sure.
lose it
Yeah,
all.
I mean,
and then
yeah.
like I told you, you've said this before too, is that to go from good to great is much harder than to go from like the bottom, like homeless, to like millionaire. Like like when I hear people like say, well, he was homeless and now he became a millionaire. Don't get me wrong. I think that that's very admirable.
But the truth in the fire you needed, man.
But the truth is, like, you had nothing but up to go. You were at rock bottom, right? You have nothing but up. But if you're good and you have like a good job, you married, have kids, or you have a house and you have cars and you have everything is good, it's hard to go from that life to like a great life.
Yeah, man, that's any of y'all out there, man. You got like a good situation going, you're happy enough, you make enough money, you treat your wife well enough, your wife treats you well enough, whatever it is, man. Yeah, that shit don't normally turn into greatness. It normally takes extremes. It normally takes, a kick in the tail. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know about the full-on going from homeless to whatever, but good on them. Losing everything, you just kind of have to quantify what's important. Businesses can be rebuilt. Your reputation can't, in my opinion. Like your family, okay, you can rebuild it, but like protect your family, protect your tribe, protect your name, protect all of those things first, and then... Okay, you pick me up and put me somewhere else. I'm still going to be me. I'm still going to meet people. I'm still going to help them. I'm still going to be myself. I'm still going to, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
like, yeah, it would suck. I mean, I'm not even going to, like that Grant Cardone show where they like dropped him in the middle of nowhere. I haven't seen it, but like they dropped him off and he's like, hell no. I mean, like, okay, yeah, you can do it, daddy. I got it, bro. But like, that would suck.
Oh, is it a show where he like makes millions?
I don't know how much he makes again or whatever, but like, hey, let me show you how to hustle. And like, the hustle, like in somebody like that, or just the hustle's either in you or it's not. And so like losing everything, most of the time when I hear that, you're dead ass right. They lost all their extravagance. I'm sorry the yacht didn't work out for you, bro. I'm sorry that third house or even second house didn't work out, man. You were getting a little spendy. Maybe God told you to knock it off. Maybe, the economy did. I don't know, man. Yeah, you're right. Because, well, what do you have to do to go like, I lost my wife, my kids, my house, my job, my church, my friends, my family, my
I would say if you lost your friends and family, then you probably were not being a good person.
You did it, man. So like, and again, it's not like, I mean, I don't feel sorry for people because it's not a useful thing. I help people that need help and I don't.
Right.
Like, man, I'd help somebody that was like, all right, I fucked up. I need to get my life back together. That's what your friends, you should be able to count on your friends to come back to you, but only up until a certain point and only depending on whether or not I imagine these people do really bad things.
Yeah.
Cause like, I'll tell my friends, like if you're doing drugs or something, like knock it off or, whatever. But like, I'm not going to like disown you as long as you don't do it around me or like, you know, really blow up. If I know you do your thing over, or you party or whatever, man. I mean, I've been in real estate and capital raising and stuff like that. People party. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how you lose it all.
Right.
So.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. If you lost it all, then two things. One, you either did something like really horrible to make people like turn their back on you, or two, you didn't have the right people around you to begin with, and it's a blessing.
Yeah,
it's a good thing that they like left, because now you get to start over fresh in that situation.
And truthfully, man, sometimes people hold on so tightly to bad scenarios. I mean, you see it all the time, and I'm not making one person out to be good or bad. There are just folks in situations, whether it be jobs or marriages or whatever's, that they just shouldn't have gotten themselves in the first place. And they don't have the ability to fix it.
Right. Yeah.
So while I'm never an advocate for, you know, I mean, whatever, live, other people got to live their own life. If you can't fix your problems in any other way but like cutting them loose, sometimes you do have to cut some things loose.
Right. Yeah.
Even to fix yourself. I've known some. Yeah. Anyways.
Well, yeah. I mean, I know people that have had to get rid of certain friends to get rid of a trait that they had in their life. It's like, if you're an alcoholic, you probably got to get rid of your drinking buddies if they're going to cause.
Sorry, yeah, that's what I was getting at without trying to get too deep with it. You know, I don't want to attack anybody, but it's like, yeah, man, if you got dumbass friends doing dumbass things, you need to cut them before you do what they're doing, and I guess lose things you might not want to.
Well, I said that the whole thing we talked about last time on the podcast is like easier for someone to pull you down than it is for you to pull someone up out of. It
is. Well, yeah. And the drain on it, man. We talked about that too. Yeah. Just like that mental drain from people that are not happy without, I mean, you've dealt with plenty of that. I've dealt with plenty of that, but it's just like, I don't want to talk to them right now because I'm going to leave this conversation like mopier than I was. And they're not going to let me help them. They're not going to take any of my advice, and I can do anything. I'm just got to go, oh man, really? Still?
Yeah.
Damn.
They want to wallow in it with you.
Yeah. So, like, all right, Eeyore, get out of here, dog.
You know, it's a funny,
I got cookies to sell.
The funny thing is, a marriage book that Aubrey and I read called His Needs, Her Needs, it says that it was talking about husband and wives, but it's true to like every single person that you meet. Your interaction with them either is like filling up your cup or withdrawing from your cup.
Sure.
Right?
We talked about that. So something, right?
Yeah.
A little bit.
And so, you know, when you think about people at work that you maybe want to avoid, it's probably because they're constantly taking from your cup and you're never getting full. If you think about like who your like office friends are, people that you like want to hang out with at work or whatever, are people that you constantly are like filling each other's cup up. Every time you think of them, it's a positive experience, you know? And then you have people at the office that you're like, I just hope I don't see them because it's just not fun. Every time I see them, something is, you know, it's just a negative withdrawal, you know?
Some people are just that way though too though. So there is, I'm going to defend some folks just like to, I'll say nag, but they think they're venting. They just vent a lot, and they're good people. They just find the venty negatives in everything, and then you just have to say, hey, have a good day. It's a nice day. It's sunny. And they go, oh, okay, you're right. Or
well, yeah, I mean, I get it, but at the same time, what you find when you start focusing on the negatives too much, you will become a negative person. You know,
you absolutely right.
So I posted last night, and I talked about the whole like just kind of like gratitude in moments, like reflection thing, you know, and it resonated like a lot with people, you know, about how, you know, you're going through something that you feel like is a negative, but if you really reflect on the situation, it's not really, and it's not a negative. I think a lot of people say like, oh, enjoy parenthood. It's hard, but enjoy every minute of it, you know? And I saw someone post the other day and they're like, you know, when someone says enjoy every moment of it, it makes me feel bad because I don't enjoy every moment of it. And they were trying to like give moms or parents, you know, this out to like not enjoy every moment. Like it's okay if you don't enjoy every moment. But the more I think about it, it's like, no, it's really not okay if you don't enjoy every moment, because there's something to enjoy in every moment.
Well, sure. But also know that, just like we talked about the other day, I guess quantify enjoy. So there's going to be times like when my son took his diaper off and it was full of shit and he slung it all around the room. There was nothing I enjoyed about that. But I enjoy telling that story now. I enjoy talking about it with my wife. I enjoy embarrassing my son about it. Does that make sense?
Right.
So yes, you will find.
But you wouldn't want to not have your son over that.
I wouldn't want to not have that moment happen. I wouldn't in the moment. I'm telling you. So in the moment, this man, I want to burn the house down. No way. I mean, I'm taking my son with me.
Right.
You know, but like I didn't want. But now it's hilarious.
Right.
So you know, just kind of more to your point. There's something to enjoy out of that.
Right.
Ongoing. You know, Letty holding your finger or whatever, and you being uncomfortable in your arm going to sleep and stuff. You're going to tell that story.
Right. Yeah.
So it's going to be enjoyable, even though in the moment it wasn't necessarily, you know, yes, you could be like, oh, and maybe women do that. I don't know, but or maybe other men do, but I don't. I don't know what you can say anymore. I don't. I'm like, my arm hurts. I got to wake up early. This shit sucks. But then, whatever. I suck it up. I go to work. I do my thing. And then, they get a little bit older. And I'm like, I had to sleep in your room, and hold my arm over my head. My arm went.
Yeah, but
that's why I got a crick in my neck and my old shoulder.
But what I was saying, though, is like me having the realization in the moment itself changed the moment for me from a negative moment to a positive one. So I'm saying is like, even as shitty as it was to clean up your son's boob, if you go back and you said, if I said right now, you could go back in time and you could spend that second with Liam again.
Oh yeah, I'll do it all over.
You do it all over again, right?
Spray his ass off in the tub,
right? And so I think that what I'm getting at is the perspective on things is, you know, a lot of times we don't appreciate our life because we don't like what's happening in that moment right then. But there'll be times when we wish we could go back to that moment because you don't get the time back. Like you don't get it back every day. You know, the week that I didn't get to hang out with Letty, I don't get that time back. I didn't get to hang out with Letty.
So next time Aubrey's mad at you and she yells at you, you're just going to tell her all the things you enjoy about the moment.
Yeah,
you should. That'll actually probably make things worse.
I'm gonna look at her and
Kirsty,
be like,
I'm going to tell you all the things I enjoy about the moment. Next time you're mad at me,
when she yells at me, I'm going to be like, I'm just so fortunate to have you here because I can imagine a life, you know, when we're older and. You know, I'm gone or you're gone, and I'm going to miss the fact that we used to sit here and argue like this.
Yeah, and you can be like, you have a really beautiful complaining voice.
Yeah. And say,
the face you make while you're complaining is new, yet still beautiful.
Your upset face, I'm going to miss that one day.
Or you can always go like, wait, hold on, go like this. Okay, what were you saying? That usually works pretty well.
Really?
In a fight.
I'll try that.
You got something in your, just right here, do that, and then. What were you saying?
I know Aubrey would. Aubrey would be like,
"Ooh,
yeah." Aubrey would be like, hey, listen to what I'm telling you.
Right, stop.
So no, but no, I just say that because like I think that even when you're going through something like really, really terrible, like really bad, like maybe you're changing your tire on the side of the road and you're thinking like, "Oh, this is such a pain in the ass."
Yep.
I think that it's just like really have gratitude for the fact that like. You're alive.
I bought a safe at auction one time.
Oh, yeah.
And, I was coming back from Tampa. And the rigging, I paid a rigging company, whatever. I didn't check it as well as I could. Anyways, I was taking an off-ramp, and the safe just decided to tip over, and it was a jeweler safe. So it crushed the wheel well, the fender well, the tires were blown, everything. And everybody's like, yeah, I don't know what you're even going to pick this up with. So I wound up getting a wrecker, like a big wrecker truck to like pick it up. And man,
where do you put it?
On another trailer, like basically face down. And then we got it back here. I had an excavator. I had a business that had an excavator at that time, so I was able to pick it up, stand it up. But sucked.
Did it scratch it when you're doing stuff? Okay,
scratch the shit out of it. But it was like plate steel. It wasn't like a gun safe where it's like all like ceramic. This was like plate steel, so you just kind of grind it down and paint it back up and it would be fine.
What'd you do with it? Did you sell it?
Yeah.
How'd you make?
I doubled my money on it. It was pretty good. Couple $1,000.
Was it worth the hassle?
No, hell no. No. I mean, yeah, maybe. I mean, I got to go down. I went down, got to see some
trailer?
Friends. The trailer got all fucked up, but insurance covered that. I had a company that had good insurance at the time. So I told them what I was doing. They covered it anyways.
So did you have to leave the trailer there though?
Yeah. Yeah, so I had to leave the trailer there, but I had a buddy in Tampa come up, bring it up for me. So he picked it up. He is a big contractor down there, so he literally had a thing that picked it up, put it on his trailer, and he ran supplies up here and dropped it off too. So.
Okay. So it worked out.
Yeah.
And then
this was all still
get
after
another
the
trailer
storm.
down there?
Rented one. Rented a beefy ass one and drove it up here. So.
Okay. Yeah. We'll have to tell this story. Next time, Adam is going to tell you the story about how he made, I don't know, probably 10x your money on the baking carts.
Oh, on the racks. Yeah.
How much? Probably 10x?
Yeah, definitely.
How
right
he 10x his money by buying something from a company and then selling it back to that company, and they did all of the heavy lifting,
the logistics.
and he didn't have to do anything. And I'll have him tell the story.
I accidentally did it. I'm going to be fully transparent. I mean, I did. Once I realized that, this could kind of work. I guess it wasn't an accident.
I'm pretty sure you messaged me and asked me if I needed them, and I told you no because we had to have special carts. Yeah. So for people that don't know, we have regular baking carts, but not a lot of them because those are just the cooling racks for our cookies. When we load our racks for freezer storage, it can't support the weight. A regular baking rack will break. So we have custom fabricated metal rolling racks, which actually that's something we should probably talk about because most people probably don't even realize that.
Yeah, we should actually.
So we should probably talk about that. But anyways, we'll tell you that story later. It's a really funny story, which you made some really good money.
Yeah, I mean, I was going, so it was
can't tell.
Oh, yeah, I can't tell y'all.
Next time.
Next time.
Okay, so you're worth it. Do hard shit.
That's right.